Hey guys, when starting out this channel, I used to do a lot of phone charger and phone cable reviews. We haven't done those in a while, but the reason for that is basically nothing really changed for a while. You had Quick Charge 2 and then Quick Charge 3, and that was interesting new technology and all kinds of new chargers surfaced, and well, I wanted to test those. After that, for a while, it stayed the same, but now everything's changed again. You have USB PD, so USB power delivery, and all kinds of different chargers and manufacturer having their own standards and stuff like that. And now next to phones to charge, you also have like a Nintendo Switch or a power bank or even your laptop using USB PD again. And wattage goes up to 100 watt if your device supports it. So the whole landscape has changed, so I'm going to do some more videos about this. Now, the first one about this will be about a multi-port charger and some thoughts about that. The second will be a video about a very tiny charger which can deliver basically all the protocols and also output a very nice amount of power, or well, we're going to test if it does, of course. And then the last one will probably be about some cables and some usage scenarios and stuff like that. So, kind of a break in LED content and server content and stuff like that. But, all those will be coming back. And if you're not interested in getting a decent charger for a good amount of price and seeing these things tested, just skip the videos. Okay, so today we're going to look at a 10-port charger. You don't always have one device which you need to fill up in 5 minutes if possible. Some scenarios you have like 5 or 10 phones or tablets or other devices which take USB power that you just need to have charged when you're going to do something. So you want to keep them charged or charge them over the night so they can be used again the next day. Or maybe you have a central location in your home where you gather a lot of devices and you just need a lot of USB ports which can output a decent amount of power. So, Alxum, a company which sent me a product before, it was a USB 3 hard disk docking bay, which I reviewed favorably, said, hey, we have a 10-port charger, would you like to submit it to one of your full load charger reviews and see how it does? And I was like, yeah, that looks like an interesting device. It's a bit different than your standard 1 or 2 port charger, and it supposedly delivers up to 96 watts, so you can actually use all those 10 ports at the same time. As I said, maybe in your home or classroom to charge all those tablets and devices. And it doesn't support any advanced charging technologies, but those aren't always desired. If you're charging a device and you need it now, yes, quick charge and USB PD and all kinds of other standards will pump in as much juice in that battery as it can. But while it's doing that, it gets hot, and basically the wear and tear on your battery is a heavier burden on the battery if you charge it faster than doing it slower. So today we're going to look at this Alxum 10-port 96 watt charger, and as I said, it only supports normal USB up to 2.4 amps per port. But let's take it out of the box and do my regular full load testing on it to see, well, if it can actually deliver the statistics on the box. Now, I don't want to bore you with the unboxing or all the testing, so let's quickly take it out of the box and let's see what's included. Okay. Looking at what's in the box, we have a standard power cable with a 3-prong we mostly see with laptop adapters. Then there is a hefty 12 volt 8 amp power supply, so if that's anything to go by, I'm starting to think this thing will deliver what its specifications say. So 12 volt 8 amp is exactly the 96 watts that's on the box, so okay, that's looking good. Then it comes with 2 little booklets. One is a thank you, one is a user manual, is a 1 page. Well, yeah, it's basically just plug it in and plug in your devices. So, okay. And then it has 12 of these little spacers. And I'll show you on here too. And these are just plastic spacers, which kind of slot in the top, and there's grooves and stuff like that to keep it in place, so it's not flimsy at all. And you stick those in there. And so if you have tablets or phones, you want to basically rest in here. Let's see. Oh, here's my phone. Even like that. And it depends, of course, on the thickness and if it has a case or not. And you can space those out accordingly like you want to use them. Okay. Well, that's the basic idea of this device. So you can actually just house the things you're charging on top and then space these spacers exactly as you need them. So if you have like just an iPad or something like that, or as I just showed you, my phone, which is in a case, you know, you can space it out and make a little cubby for all the devices. And well, I don't know if you can hear that. I guess so. It's actually quite sturdy. It's all plastic, but yeah, should be good. So let me hook it up and then we'll get back to the actual test results. Okay, testing is done, so results time. Well, let's start off with some statistics. Idle, it draws about 0.15 watts from the socket, so that's very good. And I kind of immediately went for broke. I have my leads with testers on there, and those are all set to 2 amps. So I started plugging in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And even with the 10th in there, so drawing 10 times 2 amps, so 100 watts on the DC level, it didn't flinch. Voltage didn't drop, no problem whatsoever. And my socket meter was reading about 128 watts being drawn from the socket. I left it like that for 15 minutes. And nothing got hot or overheated or started to make noise. There's no fans or anything in the adapter or in the base. But the base was still cool. The adapter was a little bit warm, but nowhere near hot or anything like that, like 5 degrees warmer. And it just worked perfectly. So I absolutely have zero doubt that this charger can reach the specified rating of 96 watt that's on the box. But how well regulated is it? I did some tests using my graph meter to see how stable the voltage was, and that remained perfectly stable, whatever I did. So I did some maximum load tests with 8 times 2 amps and my special graph meter, which goes up to 4 amp, and with 8 times 2 amp, it went up to 4 amp, no problem whatsoever. So then I plugged it in using an extension cable, so don't watch the voltage too closely because it's affected by the cable. And with 9 times 2 amps, it went up to 3.5 amps, and then the charger went into hiccup mode, so everything restarted, and then everything was functioning perfectly again without the additional load of the graph charger. And well, that's actually perfect and desired behavior. So even in that regard, it's excellent. So where I normally have to do a lot of testing, well, if it's able to deliver more than stated on the box, even with all the ports filled, my testing is kind of done, because with less in there, it'll also do that. Looking at aesthetics, the little dividers you get on top of it, they're sturdy plastic, well made. They slot into the slots very easily and stay there. And all in all, it's a very sturdy base, and I placed some tablets and phones on here, as you can see. That functioned perfectly, it didn't topple or move, and even with those being very heavy, although it's a plastic case, it's very sturdy. Now, you guys know me, so I wanted to open it up, and luckily the case is only sealed with 5 screws and no glue or clips or other nasty Chinese habits. And opening it up, it revealed a very neatly laid out PCB. And I know a little bit about PCB design, but I have no issue believing that this PCB can indeed transfer the power that it needs to. Basically, it's a giant converter converting the 12 volt down to 5 volt. And it has some diodes on all the ports and protections and stuff like that. So even in that regard, it's excellent. So that kind of brings me to the conclusion. And well, this charger has quickly risen to the top of my list, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to keep using this in my lab here. From everything from the construction quality to the external power brick, which is UL listed, so that's great. It's just very well designed for what it is, and it works perfectly. So if you have the need for a lot of USB ports or to charge a lot of devices, and as I mentioned earlier, you don't necessarily have to have them filled up in like half an hour, but they can charge overnight, which is actually better for the battery. This should be the next charger you look at because, well, I haven't been able to fault it at anything. And with that, I think all has been said. If you're looking to check this out, I'll have some links in the description. Since the manufacturer sent me this, I'll also have some discount coupons you can use if you decide to buy it. And of course, let me know down in the comments what you think. Do you have a use case for a 10-port charger? Or would you rather have a 1, 2, or maybe 3-port charger which is able to really fast charge your device? Well, if so, you're in luck because my next charger video will be about that. And this charger with the feature that you can put the devices on top works best with some good short cables. And we'll be doing a video about cables later in the future too. So, thank you for watching and catch you guys in the next video. Bye bye.